I take great responsibility with that. Now, as a 5%, one of our customs is we learn an aspect of public speaking. And what I mean by that is when we're learning our lessons, we're learning the math and the alphabet, we're also encouraged to expound upon the things that we're learning publicly. So we have ciphers. A cipher traditionally is when a person stands in the middle of a circle and they share their understanding of how they see today's mathematics or today's degree, or sometimes they may elaborate on their perspective of the supreme alphabet, or even elaborate on nation history, various different things. But the purpose of it is to not only build esteem and courage, but it's also done in that type of public forum or public space in order to allow one another to share their research with their scientific community. So this started back in the 60s when the father left the Nation of Islam and the religion behind and created this culture and focused primarily on teaching the youth. This is something that has been customary since the start, where we learn to speak publicly about what we think, what is our understanding of various different things that we're learning. And this is prior to when hip hop started. So the cipher that many of you are familiar with, where people get around and they, spit rhymes or do different things or even pass blunts around, I'm talking about before that. I'm talking about when people got together and shared their perspectives about life in order to educate one another and to also share perspectives to get input from others who are within that cipher or within that circle. And it takes a lot of courage and esteem to be able to step out in the middle of a circle with 10, 20, sometimes 30 or 40 people standing around you, listening to every word that comes out of your mouth. Everyone doesn't have the confidence to do that. But we start teaching children this. So as they get older, they have more of a sense of esteem and courage to be able to properly represent the foundation that they stand on culturally. So all of us learn that. And all of us have enlighteners that teach us and guide us along the way, and we follow to the extent of learning to lead ourselves. So we have no hierarchy. We all have the capacity to speak publicly about who and what we actually are. And there's a system of checks and balances, and that's also what the cipher represents, because if I stood in the middle of a cipher and I'm building about some topic and expounding upon that, when someone has an opportunity to question me about that, they will. So again, it's no different than a scientist doing research and then sharing that research with their scientific community for input, for them to assess what it is that they've been researching and studying. There's not many groups that have this type of policy or protocol or custom within their culture. That's something that we do. And we teach it from our children all the way up. So that is a form of public speaking. It's not public speaking in a technical sense, but it is a way of encouraging a person to speak publicly and proudly and confidently about what they stand upon. And all of us learn this. It doesn't matter what your age is. It doesn't matter if you're male or female. All of us learn this.